So first, very introductory question that you probably get asked a lot.
Yep.
How did the band kind of get together? How did you meet? How did you decide to start a band? What was that process?
It's a pretty long journey. Me and Ben have been in bands for ages together, like high school bands and that, and then I sort of started, that band stopped and I started doing stuff acoustic, and then after doing that for a wee bit, added a band and then changed all of the songs and dropped everything and wrote some new songs with a band in mind. So I don't know, you start a band because you've some sort of delusional idea that what you do is important enough to warrant people listening to it. So yeah, because you love it and because you want to make music and you enjoy making music, I suppose is why you started.
Do you still think it is delusional, or is that an idea just that you started with?
I think that it's clearly going okay, so people sort of connect. The reality, that's a sort of glib dig at myself for no reason. That was more, what I actually believe is that I think if you are kind of honest in what you're doing, right, we live quite similar lives, most of us, so you end up connecting with people, and I think that I try my best to try and be as honest or just try and tell stories that are true in some level, and that seems to connect with people, I hope.
Yeah. Well, I think it does.
Even stuff like class in music. Like everyone who does music is either skint and working a second job or has loaded parents. Those are the two kinds of people who do music. Yeah. And so it is fine if you're a wealthy person and you're really good at music, no one wants to stop you doing music. But there is a massively self-congratulatory aspect of a lot of people who think that the grind is just trying really hard at music. Every single person who's ever picked up a guitar and tried to be in a band tries really hard at music. It's not about effort. It's the fact that if you mean Ben, me, Duncan and Murray, either me and Ben and Murray had to drive back from Inverness to work on Monday to then come back up to Aberdeen on Monday night. And it's like, that shouldn't be hidden from people that that's the reality of it. Yeah. But I think a lot of people maybe look at bands and think that once you make it to a level of touring that there's enough money in this, and that simply isn't true. So in terms of music, I think the fact that there's so many barriers for various different groups of people, the only group that I'm a part of that you face some of it is working class, so like you see that it's so much harder for people who don't have independent wealth, and that obviously has an impact on music. Like, you don't have the same voices coming through.
You're on the last stop of your tour.
Yep.
You just said that your favourite gig to play was Glasgow.
I think that there's been loads of really special moments in the tour. We've definitely seen it start to sort of build and become a thing. We've seen people sing every word to every tune at gigs, like in London and Manchester, Liverpool, Bristol was amazing, Newcastle and Sheffield were brilliant, even Halifax was great, and then Aberdeen and Inverness was really good. But like, we came home to like a sold out St Luke's, where from the get-go every single person was like jumping up and down and singing the words, and it was pretty like humbling and very sort of quite an emotional gig. And like, all my family were there, my girlfriend was there, all my best mates were there. We all toured for a long time and came back, so it was like very, that was really, really special. And I think all of us came off. We went on, and I remember just looking at Ben who plays bass and like just to see if people didn't like that.
Like, so how is this real?
Yeah, so that was definitely the best gig. Not to say that there wasn't a lot of really amazing ones on the tour, but coming home to the biggest venue we've played and all that, so yeah, it was great.
No, I think that's really cool. It was interesting because I've seen pictures and videos inside the venue at Glasgow, and I went there to the same venue recently to see Two Door Cinema Club when they were there this year. And there were more people to see you guys than there were Two Door Cinema Club.
I think
the Two Door Cinema Club are
they're huge, they're huge band. I think that what's good about the hometown gigs for bands, kind of at our level, kind of bands try to break through, is that you kind of have people become invested in being the first people to be like on board with it.
Oh yeah.
And so like Glasgow ends up being these kind of like really special nights where, as you say, like you end up playing to more people in Glasgow if you're a band like us, or you get a dance t-shirt on the dance, the ninth wave. People get really behind like bands that they know and care about. Yeah, that's great. But yeah, I think that's the really cool thing about Glasgow as a city. It's very proud of its musicians.
It's very, it kind of takes ownership of its musicians and kind of supports them.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is that I was actually going to ask you about your preference with regards to gigs. So I know you really enjoyed the Glasgow one, and that was a really large gig. But I was going to ask, in general, do you prefer more intimate gigs or the kind of huge sold-out ones?
Both have their charm. What you want is people engaged. If it's 10 people or if it's 1,000, it doesn't really matter. It's about people being engaged, and like that's what's been really great with this tour. I think maybe even the album has been really helpful in that regard, because like you get to, because you have like a full body of work, people can know every song in the set. So I mean obviously if you ask me whether I prefer to play at the bars or 10 people in a room, I'm going to say the bars, but it is definitely something really class to like the kind of smaller gigs where people are really with. And you get to meet everybody at the smaller gigs, which is nice. So I'm honestly, I'd be the worst thing in the world, but if I was to try and define why it is we connect with people, I think you can tell that we like each other and have fun on stage. So live-wise, I think you can tell that this isn't some sort of manufactured like, we're going to drag in this person and this person and that person, and we're going to put them together and they're going to look really great. It's going to, like, we are literally best mates. Like me and Ben have known each other since we were at school. Me and Doug at uni. Murray's someone who we were friends with well before he was in the band. So like, I think that helps people like that on stage. I think that the music-wise, I reckon it's because the reason I like bands and I like songwriters is because you can tell that they're not shooting for a thing, they're just kind of doing what they like to do. I think it's the same with comedy. The reason I love Vic and Bob is because they do not care who laughs at what they do. They find it funny, and who cares? And that's the way to do it. If you're trying to make people like you or make people think you're this thing or that thing, they'll see through it in a second. So we write the songs that we write because we like them and try and be honest as possible. So maybe that's why. But who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong, and it's because
you could be, and that's okay.
My clumsy guitar playing.
But it's far from clumsy.
It's a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 guitarist. That's fine. So it means 10.
And just to finish off, little fun one for you. I like to ask people this because I like seeing their reactions.
Okay.
What is your favourite song, either of yours or a cover, to perform?
Okay.
And why?
Cool. So on this tour, we've done we did like a radio and mashup of Lizzo and the Strokes. We did
my goodness.
Juice by Lizzo and Reptilia. That's really fun to play because like I've started doing that when like I've like sort of a bit of a Lizzo move. And like I get right into doing that. And then our own song. Do you know what? In this tour, I've started to do like a minute and a half of explaining what Different Strokes is about, and I was a bit worried when we started it because it's a bit of like a dancey, jumpy song, and I was a bit worried that it would kind of kill the mood, but it really didn't. People have come up every night and been like, I love knowing a bit more about that song, which is really, if you put a lot of time into writing lyrics, it's really nice. People kind of come around saying that, so that's probably one of them as well. And No Passing's always very fun to play. No Fun's really fun to play because people really go mental on it. Indeed. So they're probably up there.
Very catchy. But no, that was really cool. I love hearing that from you. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you very much.
We'll let you get drinks and food and vice versa. Looking forward to it. And looking forward to the show.
Thank you very much.